and sit down.
Good evening, everyone! Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated, superstar Vicious M. We are going to go over Raw this week. It was in Houston, by God, Texas, and well, this was the end of an era, the end of an era. Can't believe it, folks, but it was the last Monday Night Raw on the USA Network and the last Monday Night Raw on terrestrial cable television. So starting next week, Raw is going to be going on is going to be exclusively on Netflix, and I for one am excited for this because this is the first step towards what I think is going to be the next evolution in not just TV viewing in general, but for wrestling in and of itself. I said it last week. I personally predict by the time we hit the year 2030, we're going to have all major wrestling companies that are on major television are going to be exclusively streaming. So, now, obviously, WWE has their deal still with USA Network for SmackDown. NXT is on the CW. But that doesn't mean that, like I said, by the year 2030, I think all of that is going to be, in some way, shape, or form, exclusive in streaming. No different than, I think, the same thing with AEW. Especially since they're going to start simulcasting, having their show not just on TBS, but on HBO Max as well. So, folks, we're at the beginning point of the next step in TV, in pro wrestling evolution for TV viewing. So, buckle up, sit back, and get ready to tell your grandkids 20 years from now, I remember when it first started being on this, being able to watch it like this. So, yeah. Now, with that said, now that we're done going over that, do want to remind everyone, we are still running a contest, folks. We got 1 month, one month away. All you got to do, go to youtube.com, Tim, the number 2, the number 3, Vicious, all one word, Tim23 Vicious. Subscribe to the channel. We break over 500 before the Royal Rumble, which is at the beginning of February. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Good God, I'm sorry. So excited. We break over 500 before the Royal Rumble, which is the beginning of February. And I will pick a random subscriber from the YouTube channel and receive a Vicious Ranch shirt, much like the one I'm wearing right now. If you're watching the video, you can get the often imitated, never duplicated shirt, or you could get the If You Love Me Great, You Hate Me shirt. And it doesn't just have to be a t-shirt. We got tanks, we got toddler tees, we got onesies, we got long sleeves, we got women's tees. Folks, you tell me what it is you want, what size you want, and where you want me to send it. I will do all of that, all courtesy out of my personal pocket, out of my wallet, from my gift to you as a thank you for helping me get to that point. Also, want to remind everyone, we are WWE Shop affiliates, so what that means is, if you are watching this on my personal YouTube page or listening to this in audio form, go into the description tab and you click that link. It'll take you to WWE Shop. And if you're watching this on the Main Event Wrestling Network's page, scan that QR code right up there and it will take you to WWE Shop. You make whatever purchase you want off of WWE Shop for any item, no matter price, no matter how big it is, no matter how small it is, no matter how expensive it is, no matter how cheap it is. Go for whatever item you want. And folks, I'm going to let you in on a secret here. If you have any discount codes, you can still use them. If you got a code for free overnight shipping, you can still use it. If you got a discount code for half off your entire purchase, you can still use it. You go buck wild with it. I'll go for it. Go for it, man. I will not argue. But you make whatever purchase you want off of WWE Shop using our link, and we here at the Vicious Studios will receive a small nominal commission, to which in turn helps us make this show better for you guys down the road. Now that we've gone over those basics, now let's switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. The show started out with Kevin Owens coming into the arena with the Winged Eagle title still. Nick Aldis confronting him saying, whoa, listen, that title's not yours. So I'm going to give you an option. You can return that by the end of the night, or you can face dire consequences. Owens just kind of shrugging him off like, ooh, consequences. So, fast forward to the end of the night, Owens is in the ring, Aldis confronts him. You gonna hand it over or what? Next thing you know, we hear Cody's music come out. Cody comes out. Aldis, whoa, Cody. You already got injured before. I'm not looking to have you get any more. Stand down. Then Cody winds up saying, Kevin, that's not yours, but what I got to offer you is something much better. You put that on the line, I put this on the line, and we have a match where nobody can make an argument saying nobody was the better man over each other, so to say. And I'm paraphrasing this, mind you, but Cody then suggested he wanted a ladder match so Owens accepted. So it got made for the Royal Rumble. Afterwards, Owens did a cheap shot on Cody, wrecked him, and then left. So yeah. So other than that, the other big events that happened on SmackDown were we had the women's trios action. Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Bayley going against Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, with Tiffany Stratton also. Oh God, I can't believe I forgot her for a moment. Wow. Whew. Yeah, either way. Sorry about that, folks. Went full-blown Space Cadet there. Fuck. Wait, we can edit that out, right? Right? You're not gonna edit it out, are you? Ah, damn it. This is what makes this show special, folks. We don't hide our screw-ups. Either way, it was a decent match. Bianca, Naomi, and Bayley wound up getting the win. Also had Braun Strowman going against Austin Theory. Braun wound up getting the win there. We also got a championship celebration ceremony from the first ever, longest reigning WWE Women's United States Champion, Chelsea Green. Okay, not my best Chelsea call, but work with me, folks. Anyways, Chelsea came out dressed up like I don't know on how else to describe it, but like a sexy Statue of Liberty. That's it, plain and simple. But she came out like that, gloating over on how she won, and she was surprised her opponent, Michin, got as far as she did, and that, you know, she's now going to represent America as best to the greatest of her abilities, and that it's time to celebrate the red, white, and green. And then we get Michin's music. She comes out holding the Singapore cane, gets on the mic. You know, Chelsea, the only reason you won at Saturday night's main event is because your little friend Piper there ran interference. So I'm thinking it's time I introduce you to my little friend. And then she goes and makes a beeline down, gets a few good shots on Piper with the Singapore cane, goes after Chelsea. Whole time Chelsea's like, no, don't, oh God, no. And then Piper swoops her up and carries her away and gets her out of there. Honestly, I'm all for this, and listen, I've been a big fan of, I like Chelsea. I'm a big fan of Chelsea Green because she utilizes her minutes. She maximizes her minutes. And you listen to any interview with any producer, any person that works with Chelsea on TV, and they tell you it's a night off working with her. She's that damn good. Love seeing Mia Yim in action, been a big fan of hers for, God, years now. I was pulling for her when she first started in TNA with the Dollhouse. Then I was super ecstatic when she got put in the Mae Young Classic and she got signed to WWE. Was a little iffy about the whole Retribution thing, but I'm glad to see, like the old saying goes, the cream rises to the top. She's getting there. She's getting to the top. It's just a matter of when, not if. We also had Sami Zayn, we also had the Street Profits going against Los Garza. Profits wound up getting a win. Then we had a match with Sami Zayn going against Carmelo Hayes, and that came to be because of a backstage altercation. And then that match ended in a no contest when Solo's bloodline came out and wrecked Sammy up 6 ways from Sunday, again, building up to the Tribal Combat match. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, what's the point of doing the War Games if Roman's not going to be out there every week, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, let me indulge you for a moment. If Roman was there every week, the mystique and the aura behind him, not of him of when he shows up, would fade away. It'd be the equivalent of like if you had Christmas every day. When Christmas is one day out of the year, everyone's like, oh yay, Christmas, come here, I love you, oh. But if you have it every day, it's just like, oh hey, oh yeah, it's Tuesday, oh yeah, by the way, happy Christmas, man. Yeah, whatever. And that'd be it. Same concept. You have Roman make these random appearances. When he shows up, it puts eyeballs on TV. It makes it must see. You have Roman there every night. You're gonna have, Roman's supposed to be there tonight, but you know what? I kind of want to go out and see the boys, so I'll be back, Jibbies. Yeah, that'd be on how it goes. So, either way, that is it for SmackDown. So with that said, let's get into this week's show. Raw in Houston. It starts out with Wade Barrett and Joe Tessitore going over on how it's the final Raw on USA Network, I should say. And then as they're doing that, as they're going over all that, then they say, let's kick things off with main event Jey Uso. And then we hear, it's a new day, yes it is. And Xavier and Kofi come out to a sea of boos. And not like boo earns, but no, just straight up boos. And it's like, oh. They get the mic. Woods. We really doing this? We really doing this? Y'all ain't gonna let us speak. After everything we've done, y'all ain't gonna let us speak? For real? And then when he let Kofi try to say something, Kofi got booed just as much, which, okay, the fact that you were able to make Kofi go heel and actually legit heel again for the second time in his WWE run, color me impressed. But as they're trying to speak, then we get Jey Uso. Yeet! He comes out and then goes like, oh, hold up, Booze. Hold. I want to hear them. They go and try and talk, saying, listen, Jay, man, you know, they go and they try to explain themselves to Jay, and Jay's just like, nah, man, y'all being jackasses. Ain't got time for your shit. Get on out of here. It basically, and again, paraphrasing that, he summoned that up, shoos them off. Next thing you know, after that, next thing you know, boom! McIntyre shows up, beats the piss out of Jay. Jay gets a few good licks in, but all in all, in the end, McIntyre's the one that walks off from the fight. Security and agents pull him off. He's walking away up the entry ramp. Okay, I'm good. See, hands in the air. I'm good. Hey, do you guys know I was really good at track and field in high school? 'Cause watch! And then ran all the way back down just to get back into the ring and BAM! Pop a Claymore. And then just like, hey, gotcha. And then walked off. I am telling you, I am fucking loving this run with McIntyre. Going full blown. I don't give a fuck who's in front of me. If you even so much glared at Roman in a positive manner, I'ma kill you kind of mood. I love this kind of version of McIntyre right now. So, yeah. Now let's get into the first match of the night. Chad Gable going against Otis, and wow, this was decent because Otis, he was wrecking Gable right at the start. Had a nice fight, feel to it. Gable working his way back into it. At one point you see the Creed brothers who were ringside trying to go after Tozawa, and then Maxxine getting her comeuppance going after Ivy. It was cool to see. And then match eventually came to an end. Otis, he had the ankle lock on Gable for a bit, and the whole time, again, I swear I am going to wind up getting scream this to the heavens until eventually somebody winds up hearing it. Why is it nobody ever really scissors or grapevines the leg unless it's on it? Nobody really does it. Everyone always just stands up like, yeah, and holds it up while they're tweaking it. Whereas, I don't know, maybe if you want to add a small sense of realism, grapevine the leg. That way, all that body weight is put down on the leg, so that way it makes it more harder to try and pull the reach to the ropes while you're dragging 200-something pounds on one leg that, has a ligament literally getting bent and folded over. Just saying. Either way, Gable eventually wound up getting out of the ankle lock, wound up knocking Otis down. He got an ankle lock in, and lo and behold, he fucking grapevined the leg, and look what happened. He won! I keep on stressing this, just like I said. If you're going to do the ankle lock, grapevine it. It's not going to hurt. It adds a sense of realism. That's all. It's no different than when somebody has a chokehold in, and instead of doing the cliche, 1, 2, 3, come on, ring the bell. Now it's like with MMA, they lift the arm up, down, check him. Alright, yeah, he's out, ring the bell. Like that. So next up we got semifinals for the Women's Intercontinental Tournament. Zoey Stark going against one Dakota Kai. And this was a good match. Had some good action. Zoey, she was leading all the way into the picture-in-picture. And it is still hard for me to grasp Raw being in picture-in-picture. I mean, I've seen NXT in it. I've seen AEW in it. I've seen SmackDown in it here and there. But they never really did it on Raw. And it's just like, ooh, okay. That's a... That's a little different. Yeah. Not saying it's a bad different or a good different, just different. But either way, it was a good match. I dug it. Nice action. Match came to an end. Dakota Kai wound up getting the win, doing the Pele kick. She wound up building a small comeback at the end. Zoey, she was leading pretty much 99.9% of the match. Dakota wound up getting the win, hitting a Pele kick at the end. Got the 1, 2, 3. Next up, we got trios match. Finn Balor, JD McDonagh, and Dominik Mysterio with Carlito ringside going against the War Raiders and Damian Priest. And before that, got to address, Judgment Day got new entrance music, and dude, I could bop and weave to that John right there. Like, damn, that shit's good. I like that. Yeah. Now, as far as the match went, faces, they were leading at the start with Judgment Day starting to build, starting to lead into the picture-in-picture with Eric being the punching bag for a bit. Ivar wound up getting a hot tag and cleaned up for a bit until eventually Priest wound up getting tagged in because he was the only one that didn't get in up until that point. So you knew they were saving him for the big hot tag pop. And then once Priest got the hot tag, he came in. Oh, baby. There we go, baby. We get him funky like a monkey tonight. Woo, yeah. Yeah. Priest came in, started cleaning up, match came, and then he just arrived, wreck shit, leave type deal. Now the Raiders wound up working on the other guys from Judgment Day on the outside. Priest had Dom on the inside. Match came to an end when Dom went to go for a 619 count, and it got countered when Priest scooped him up and then wham! Dropped him with a South of Heaven for the 1, 2, 3. Afterwards, then it proceeded to be a 4-on-1 beatdown with them targeting Priest's one leg. So, if I had to guess, we're going to get another match down the road, and that's going to be a huge targeting point for the next match or two. Just calling that now. Anyways, the next semifinal for the Women's Intercontinental Tournament was one Io Sky going against Lyra Valkyria. Whew. Oh, doggy. And nice good back and forth at the start. Lyra, she was working on Io's knees, which honestly, I'm surprised more people don't typically try and do when they're doing a match with her. And I'm not talking like ground and pound, stomp on them type deal. I mean like just more so like, hey, let's go and do some working shots. Like I'll do a chop block, go and do this and that, blah, blah, blah type deal. Working on her. But it was all in all, it was a good match. I liked it. My big takeaway aside from all of that was they had Dakota sitting up in a skybox, all still in her gear, watching like she's sweating bullets, nervous, looking at it, looking at the match going on, wondering who's she going to be going against. And Lyra wound up getting the win. How that came to be was her and Io, they were going back and forth, rolling around, exchanging pins. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, until eventually Lyra got the 1, 2, 3. So 2 weeks time we're going to get Lyra Valkyria going against Dakota Kai for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, heart says Dakota, but my wallet says Lyra. And now we come to the closing segment for Raw, which honestly was a damn good... The closing segment was CM Punk and Seth Rollins having a face-to-face before their match next week at Raw on Netflix. And Seth came out looking like his suit was made out of those cute little doilies you would see your grandma use for her tea sets. And aside from hyping up the match, throwing out the typical cliche kind of stuff about what Punk saying, hey, he took his ball, he went home, he trashed this, he said that, blah, blah, blah. Punk came out, all sorts of storming, like, excuse me? I took my ball and went home. Is that not the most bootlicking corporate BS answer ever? How often have we heard people say that about anyone? Huh? How often have we heard people say that about Stone Cold? How often have we heard people say that about this guy or that guy or anyone? Hey. Last I checked, I don't see the man around. I guess she took her ball and went home too, huh? And then Rollins, no, hold. Stone Cold even said that was the worst decision of his life doing that. And yeah, my wife ain't here. She took time off to go be a mom, raise a kid. That's something you know nothing about though, right? And then they start going at each other and they're throwing, and I can't even say throwing arrows because yeah, they were saying that they threw arrows at each other. But these were more so like nukes. They were throwing nukes at each other. Just throwing all kinds of shit at each other. Rollins saying, you left here, you went on your buddy's podcast, you did everything you could to destroy the company. I stayed, and you know what? We survived, we endured, and we've done better without you. And you went to go and work for the competition. You made a good chunk of change working for the competition, but it didn't work out too well, did it? Honestly, when he said that part, I was expecting him to go and pull out the "Cry me a river, bitch" line like Jack Perry, but I don't know. Maybe that's me. But either way, after that, Punk went on him saying, listen, I loved my job. I loved the place I worked. I just hated my boss. But he loved you. So, and I can sympathize with that because, and I'm pretty sure we all can. We've all had jobs at some point or another. We loved our job. We loved the place we worked at. We just hated our boss. And for some of us, yes, we've walked off of jobs because of that. Some of us didn't. Either way. But yeah, these guys just did a hell of a promo. If you have not seen it, pause this, you're already on YouTube, so pause this, go look it up, and then come back here. Welcome back. I'm glad you took the time to watch that promo. See what I mean on how good it was? Yeah. Cannot stress that enough. And with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show. Folks, like I said, the end of an era. It was the last Raw on USA. Last Raw on cable television. And wow. It's hard to believe. I've been there for it all. I was there when Monday Night Raw started on USA Network. I was there when Monday Night Raw moved to TNN, then becoming Spike TV. And then when they came back to the USA Network, and now they're going again. It's just, wow. Wow. That is something. But either way, With that said, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, just like always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes when you can. Also, if you're listening to this on audio form, hit a follow button, help spread the word that we are in audio form as well. We are trying to build that platform up, it is new. Thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie's Fighting Championship, there, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing, thank you. Also, don't forget to check out whatamaneuver.net for some vicious rants apparel. We got, like I said, we got t-shirts, tanks, women's tees, long sleeves, topper tees, and baby onesies. Perfect gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or a shirt that you just want to buy to give to Goodwill so you can keep your stuff. Also, folks, don't forget to check out these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter, DSB_IV, Main Event _net, the Main Event Wrestling Network account, Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, and Deep Drive 1986. And folks, well,
shut up and sit down.
Like I always tell you, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.